Hey everybody, it's Wanda Baader here from Strategize Your Success, and welcome to our Blab today. We're going to be talking with Debbie Saviano. I know she's going to talk to us about tweet chats, and I'm really excited to learn more about it because she's been doing it and I haven't done one yet. So I'm interested in getting some more information from you, Debbie, on that. So please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your company.
I'm going to take out my bracelets first because they make too much noise. Debbie Saviano here, and I love all things social. Social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, you name it, everything. It gives us a chance to have amazing conversations and interact, and so I love it. And my great friend Karen's here. Karen's also a LinkedIn expert. So anyway, hello everybody. I'm excited to be here.
Ooh, well, awesome. I'll welcome her into.
Okay, and Cynthia, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cynthia Bazin. I own a motivational speaking and mentoring company called Smart Chick, and you can visit me at smartchick.me. And it's great to be here amongst friends, Wanda and Debbie. It's going to be a great show.
Definitely. Well, when we get together, it's usually kind of amazing. So I'm looking forward to having another amazing talk here.
And if I can just, before we get started, everyone that's joining in, we appreciate it. A couple things, if things resonate with you during the show, definitely give props by tapping on the screen of the person who it's resonating with. And on the left-hand side of your screen is Tell a Little Bird. So if people in your community would love to know a little bit more about tweet chats, tell a little bird now. I'm going to do that right now. So, all right.
I just did it.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's right. Especially because we're going to talk about tweet chats. Makes sense, right?
Gotta get it out.
Exactly.
Well, I see that Dan's here. Dan, grab a seat if you can. I know you just got here, so we'll give you a few minutes to catch up so you can introduce yourself as well, because Dan was going to join us in on this conversation because I think he is also interested in learning more about tweet chats. And of course, we're going to give everybody an opportunity to grab a seat and if you want to ask a question, but if you have a question throughout this blab, please be sure to put on the side, it's /Q so that it's highlighted, and Cynthia's going to keep an eye out on those questions.
Oh, good. I was hoping I didn't have to do that because I can't talk and do that.
I'll be the third seat. I will keep up on the stream here.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. And we're going to have a blab-alicious conversation about tweet chats today.
All right.
All right, Dan,
Hi,
can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Excellent. Yes, we can. Thank you for joining today. And why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our Blab audience?
Sure. Dan Goodwin with Our Connected Lives, and like Cynthia, motivational, keynote, corporate, and entrepreneurial training. That's I like to bring those small business owners from startup to stability. That's kind of my sweet spot. So glad to be here. I'll be on here for just a few minutes, and then I've got to run off to another appointment. But I'm anxious to hear what Debbie convinced me. This tweet chat is the way to go today. Okay.
Okay, Debbie. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the conversation. And the first question is, explain to us what a tweet chat is all about.
A tweet chat.
Boy, I don't think I can say that 10 times in a row.
Exactly. A tweet chat, and I have to say, first of all, I when I first heard about it and stuff a couple of years ago, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's too much, right? Because Twitter is so, you have to get everything so concise, and I like to talk, which is kind of hard. So, but a tweet chat, think about it's like this. It's like any space we're in, and we're able to have conversations with one another, and we have the same topic possibly. We can support each other. We can talk about it, but it's an organized group where you come together with a specific topic, with a specific hashtag, with people who have like-minded or of interest of that, and you talk, you chat. That's what it is.
Great. Well,
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a pretty simple thing, and I would love to just ask the chat stream, since I am I'm watching it over here. Who has done a tweet chat before, or is this something new for you?
Right.
So definitely put that in the chat stream so I can kind of gauge whether this is something new for you. So, okay, go ahead.
Well, so the next question is that now that we know what it is, we have to say, how do we go about doing it, and who should be doing it? You know, it's just like every social media platform shouldn't be for everybody. I'm sure that tweet chats aren't for every business. So who would be the perfect person?
That's a really good question, Wanda. Is the fact I think it's one of those things. What I love about Blab is the four of us can see each other, and we can even see everyone's little head above us that's on the Blab, right? I think that's a great thing. With Tweet Chat, what I like about it is you have the opportunity to totally expand your audience. So first of all, it's off of your Twitter handle, your Twitter feed, your Twitter followers, if you will. And when I did my first one, I was asked to host one and be part of one, which was total shock. I had less than 2,000 followers, which shows you it's never about the numbers. It's about the engagement and people interacting and talking with you. So I think you have to ask yourself, do you love Twitter? Do you use Twitter? And of course, I'm biased, but I will tell you, and most of us all know this, every major brand is on Twitter. Every major brand. There is no major brand that's not on Twitter. That's not true of all the platforms, but it's definitely true with Twitter. So I think if you're trying to get in front of certain groups, individuals, companies, brands, etc., it's a great avenue to do that with. So yeah, but I do say I'm biased.
Okay. Well, Dan, how about you? You got any questions? Since I know that you're not going to be able to stay with us throughout the show.
Sure. Well, I've never done a tweet chat, and I don't know that I've ever participated in one. So, and I've seen some of our friends and some of our business connections here run these, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get that on the calendar sometime. I gotta see what that's all about. So I am just like waiting to say how much engagement. And I guess my question is, what comes out? What's an expected outcome, Debbie, out of a tweet chat?
Great question, Dan. That's the whole point. You have to ask yourself, is it more followers? Is it engagement? Is it lead generation? What is the purpose for you being there? Because you set the goal, and then within that tweet chat, you can hope to accomplish that. But let me tell the stories. I think the story is really important in this one. So like, I don't know, 6 months ago or so, Corner Bakery, which corner bakeries are kind of like, small restaurants. They're around the country. They have like 200 of the locations. They had reached out to me on Twitter and wanted to know if I'd be part of a tweet chat with them and a Google Plus hangout. And of course I said yes, but like you, Dan, I'd never done one. I had no clue what I was doing. And so, but I thought, sure, I can talk. I like to chat. I like to talk about Corner Bakery. So let's do it. So I did that. And within that tweet chat, I think I got close to 200 new followers. And then what I did is I created a list, and I have lists for my different, we lost Wanda. I have lists for my, conversation's not there. I have lists for my different groups. Like when I do tweet chats with different groups, I have lists for those so I can stay back in front of them. You can totally expand your audience if you go in with the purpose of what your purpose is, and then you have a system of what you want to do to stay in touch with them. And the lists are a great way to do that. So
okay, yeah, that makes sense to me. That would be a reason. And for my Twitter followers, I really I was going to reach out to you or Cindy or somebody. I've got to get my groups organized.
Well, see, the lists are huge. I don't know who all in the group does lists. I know, yeah, Cynthia I know does lists. I don't know on the side here, the people who are here, who else does lists on Twitter? That is the biggest secret you can have, is to do the list, because then you can go in and you can specifically say things to that list. And it's hard to remember all of our people that we're connected to. So this is kind of a little cheat, if you will, to know who's in that group. So having a list are huge. They're very, very helpful.
It's so essential.
Yes.
Yeah. So essential. And, I think it was Busy Fizzy the other day. I want to give a shout out because I tend to be a loud talker. Busy Fizzy told me that I sound really booming loud on my normal labs. So I'm toning it down a little.
Well, and Karen, I'm sorry, Cynthia, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Karen made a point here. She says, Twitter without lists is chaos. And it's true. You have thousands of people, but if you don't have some way to organize it into different groups, it's so hard to stay in touch with. So, yeah.
Yeah, I do this. Yeah, definitely Twitter and also LinkedIn, Dan, to be able to segment people. Like you can tag people in different cities or different states and stuff like that. So I like to have a local one of the Sacramento area. So yeah, lists are definitely essential. So I can definitely show you how to do that.
Would it help if because I'm not sure what happened to dear Wanda here. Would it help if I just kind of gave 10 tips on how I do a tweet chat and kind of what that is? To give people,
you know what, that would be great. I guess, and you know what, if anybody has any specific questions for Debbie, definitely put them in the chat. But I think just like anything, Debbie, you know what, we can do them, and we can do them really right and in a quality way. So I know you've got some great tips. So yeah, why don't we jump right into it?
I've kind of got 10 things that I could share that would make hopefully helpful. This is kind of how I did it when I first started. So I kind of had a little cheat sheet, if you will, my cliff notes. So the first thing you want to do is determine your purpose. So you said that, Dan. Is it the followers? Is it you want to promote a speaker in something that's going to be going on? But whatever it is, determine your purpose. That's the first thing. The second thing is decide on the time and the day. Okay. Because obviously, if you're going to do them on a continual basis, you're much better off to say Wednesdays at noon Central Time. Then everybody always knows, like Corner Bakery, theirs is noon on Wednesday Central Time. So if I'm available, I don't care if I'm in the airport, I don't care if I'm at home, whatever. If I'm available, I jump on that tweet chat because I know in my mind that's the day and the time. So, and always think about time zones with people. I think noon Central is a really good time because then that's 10 o'clock for West Coast and 1 o'clock for East Coast, which is kind of in the, everybody's kind of got the consistency of the day. So day and time is critical. Then
Debbie, can I interject for 1 second? Please. Is consistency doing it at the same time every month or every week? Is that, you might be addressing that. Yes. I don't want to jump to it.
That's what I meant, to have a specific time that because you're going to do the first one, but then are you going to continue to do them? Because if you are, that's when you want to have that specific day and time. So that's what I meant. So know your purpose, know the day and time you want to do it. But then also when you know the day and time, you want to communicate that with other people. You want to tweet about it. You want to talk about it. You want to go out there and say, hey, Cynthia, I'm going to do a tweet chat at noon today. Hope you can join me. The ones who do them on a consistent basis, they're very thorough about that. They'll send out hundreds of tweets to different people to say, please join us at. And then once it's in your mind, it's in your mind. Like I said, Corner Bakery's ingrained in mine. There's a couple others that I do as well that I always know their day and time. So day and time, second one. The third one is pick your topic of interest. What do you want to talk about? This is a funny thing happened today. Kind of a side note, but not really. I always tell people, if you really want to get engagement, talk about pets, and pets. I posted a picture today of me holding a baby chocolate lab. I've got so many comments on that I don't even have time to answer them. I will, but so it goes to show you, people love to feel good. So seasons, holidays. I mean, we always think, let's talk about a specific thing like some big heavy topic. Those are important. But sometimes people just want to talk about fun things too. Fall right now, people love fall. I think because, if you're from the South, where it's so hot in the summertime, of course, y'all in California are getting murdered with the heat. But seasons are a big thing. Holidays are a big thing. What's your favorite cookie exchange? And what kind of cookies do you do? Something as simple as that, because what you want is engagement. So pick your topic of interest and then talk about that as far as how that's going to get like-minded people to come to the table. And you have to play with that to see. Corner Bakery, and I don't mean to keep talking about them, but they do a phenomenal job of it. Last week they did fit foods, and then they talk about what do you eat on weekends, how do you stay healthy. Everybody got into that, and some people in a funny way like no, never, and other people like oh yeah, every day. So it gets everyone in the conversation. The fourth one is choose a hashtag. So you're going to have a hashtag that's going to demonstrate what it is you do that you're going to do in your tweet chat. So hashtag puppy love, hashtag crave chat, hashtag whatever, then everyone knows that's always your hashtag. Now, there's a lot of conversation about, you register it, you this and you that. There's really not. You set your hashtag, you use it continually, and then people will always know that's your hashtag, especially if you're going to be doing it with tweet chats.
Okay, yes. Let's just hold up for a second, just because the chat stream is just booming with stuff. And Wanda, I have no idea what's happening. I'm trying to click the Facebook stream to see if she's having some issues.
I think Facebook's down. I know that's crazy, but I think it is.
You know what? Internet just has been having issues, and Busy Fizzy, my boy out there, has been saying, that obviously internet has been down. But Busy Fizzy says I find the best chats are the social ones, informal networking. I've been talking about making lemon
curd. See, perfect, Busy, perfect.
Yeah, I was going to ask you this, Debbie. We are whipping through these tips, but like, for example, for Dan, who's in leadership and that sort of thing, should you always be doing tweet chats about leadership, or should you mix it up a little bit and, just do something on relationship building or something like that once in a while?
I'm a fan of Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. So I think if you can, whatever your rule wants it to be, 50-50, 60-40, whatever, but obviously you do a lot with children. You do a lot with young girls and empowerment. Yep. So obviously you'd want to do a lot with that too, but you could also take it a sideways and say, what is the fashion for starting school? Yes, that's kind of off topic, but not really, because you're empowering young women to be future leaders, knowing what's appropriate to wear and how to get it, that kind of stuff. So it all ties together. So I think you just have to establish what is it you want your percentages to be, and then stay with that.
Okay, all right. And somehow Dan Goodwin said he got kicked out. I didn't kick him out.
Oh my God.
Wanda has to kick him out. I have no idea, but
Wanda's missing in her Blab-ilition.
I know. I'm glad I'm here, Debbie.
We'd be doing this because I don't know if I could talk Blab.
I know, right? Hey, Dan, are you joining back in, or are you taking off? Because if you're not going to be coming back in, I will. I don't know if I can invite somebody into a seat because I'm not the host.
Yeah, I don't.
Interesting. I don't think I can invite somebody in. Busy Fizzy, I'd love for you to come in, but I don't think I can. Let's see. Wanda will be the only one who can control everyone. I would really love for you to come in on a seat, but unfortunately, because I'm not the host, I can't accept you into a seat. So that's a real bummer, but we're going to try to figure out what's going on with Wanda. But anyway, so the 80-20 rule, Debbie, you were saying, I agree with that. People want to get to know who's behind the leader, who's behind the person, right?
They want to know the real person. I can't see the whole thing here, but he was she. I'm so sorry. I apologize about the fact that you can get someone else to read your stuff. It can be huge for you, and that's so true. If you're fortunate enough to do something and someone else really likes it and they have a lot of followers, it can be huge for you. So that's a great point. I wanted to mention that because that's a great point if you can get the right tweeter to go on there and share yours, it's huge for you. So huge.
That is huge. Which hopefully you'll be sharing a branding story after your tips if we have time. That would be great. So all right, let's see, what tip are we on? I think we went through 5. We're on number 5. Okay, I'm keeping up. All right.
Well, it's hard because I'm talking. You're trying to manage that, plus trying to figure out what happened to them. So,
where's our host? Yes. Okay.
And so the other one that I wanted to say is about sending out the tweets to the specific people. And again, within line with some of the things people have said. If you have the thing about Twitter that's so good, pardon me, you do not have to be accepted to be able to tag them for something. So you can tag people to try and get their attention. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
To get their attention, to let them know what you're doing. So who are the influencers that you admire and respect that you want to give a shout out to and give some kind of encouragement? So take who it is you want to talk to in those tweet chats, who you want to have come be present with you. Encourage them to invite others. Some of the people that I met on tweet chats, I've actually met them in person. First of all, I met them online. Then I met them in person when I did different things. And now we have the commonality of we met on that tweet chat. And we'll always know that. We'll always know that that's where we met one another. Penny in California. I mean, there's several people that I could name that's the case. So again, I think remembering to send out and invite and inform others that you're having a tweet chat.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
I was trying to read the thing here too.
Okay. So I know. Okay. All right. So was that your 5th? Or are you going on to?
That was my tip.
Okay. Letting others know about it.
Yes. So letting number 6, I would say, then you want to create your questions because what are you going to talk about, right? So you want to come up with your questions. Now the standard time for a tweet chat is an hour. That's what's standard. But you know what? It doesn't have to be an hour. You can do 15 minutes. You can do 30, whatever you want to do. You can be disruptive if you will. So think about how much time you want it to be. And I almost think sometimes, I've not done this, but I think it'd be kind of cool. Go in and do a 15-minute chat just to see difference in that. Because people come in, they talk for a few minutes, you've made some new friends, and you're off. I don't know, maybe it's not enough time. But the traditional is an hour. That's what most people do. But you want to determine the questions you're going to ask in that. And you also want to remind people to always put the hashtag in the tweet so that it stays in the roll so that you can use the feed to see what everybody's saying. And the first one that I did, oh my gosh, the first one was crazy because like I said, I was doing that, trying to answer it. And this was, it was crazy. It was so much fun though. But the questions you can, when you have those there, then you have an opportunity to, like for you, Cynthia, if you said something specifically, I could answer you, plus do the tweet chat, plus promote other people. You can have a whole conversation going on around what it is you're talking about.
Right. So, you know what? Let me just, Debbie, why don't you just, okay, she's trying to reconnect.
Okay.
I just wanted to see about Wanda. She's trying to reconnect. So, all right, perfect. So, are you going to address after the tips, or do we want to address it now as far as how you do the tweet chat? Do you do it right from Twitter, or do you have a certain program that
I'm going to talk
use?
about that. That's number 8. Yeah, that's number 8.
Oh, all right.
What happened?
I'm holding down the fort, Wanda.
Cynthia was great. Thank you.
Yeah, I actually, I've never had something like that happen before. It was like Blab just totally froze my whole computer.
Oh my God!
I had to reboot everything.
I think Busy Fizzy said it the best on the chat stream, that internet is having a meltdown today. There's all types of stuff going on.
So the blood moon. I think it's the blood moon.
Let's blame it on the lunar eclipse.
Yeah, the blood moon
happens on a lunar eclipse. I'm so sorry. I'm sure people have been wanting to get on, and I put it on my other computer, but it wouldn't let me join in on my other computer. I guess because I had to get back on this one. And I could hear you guys talking. I'm like, thank goodness the whole show didn't just go away.
Cynthia pulled up the show.
Everybody has been great. Wanda, we may want to open up the seat while we're finishing off on the tips. We're up to, we've been through 6 tips. Yes. And I put them in the chat stream so people can take a look at them, and you can see them, Wanda, in case we want to get into them a little bit more as we go through. So, all right. If anybody would like to join that 4th seat, feel free to jump on in. And Wanda,
we have somebody who's a taker. Awesome. Fizzy's joining us. Hi, Fizzy.
Hello.
Hey, hi. How are you? I need those headphones.
I can't hear you. Hang on.
I like that.
Awesome for you to join us.
I'm with you now, all the way from the UK.
I love the accent.
I'm a bit of a Twitter chat fiend. I do like ones. There's some bad ones,
UK,
and there's some good ones.
You were awesome.
But, I'm just interested in the rest of the top 10, actually.
Perfect. All right, Debbie, why don't we go on to our 7th tip?
Number 7. Now, this is one that I don't see a lot of people do, but I think it's one of the most creative ones. And that's to create visuals. So, for example, if you, within, like you said earlier, Cynthia, with your branding, if you have some type of visuals, colors, fonts, images, whatever it is you use. And so with the tweet chats, if you're going to have 10 tweet chats, you can put those 10 things, some of the quotes and things other people have said, you can create visuals with those, which is huge. Again, it takes a little bit of time, but one, they can be on your Twitter feed, but they also can be on other people's because you can promote. For example, Wanda did a blab today, say something, the quote was said in it, go out there and post it on Twitter or wherever, and you're promoting Wanda for the Blabalicious. See, that'd be a perfect thing right there, the Blabalicious. But to create the visuals that promote the tweet chat, but also, and you know me, I'm always about give, promote the people who are involved in it and who took time to be there. Because a lot of people don't create visuals for themselves, and so when someone else does it, it's like, hey, that's kind of cool. It's kind of a nice give back, if you will. So that's kind of number 7, the visuals.
All right, let's do this. I think it would be best. Let's get through these tips, and then maybe we can take a deeper dive into some of them. Fizzy will get, your questions or thoughts, but I think let's get through the tips because this show is whipping on by.
Okay,
so
perfect.
Let's go through the last tips, and then we'll open it up.
Okay, number 8 is utilize the tools, and the tools are critical. With technology, we have all these amazing tools that we can use as far as to make things easier. I personally, now this doesn't mean this is the one to use, but I personally like Tweet Chat because I can go in, I can put my hashtag in there that I want to use. Cynthia likes that one. And then I can see the whole feed on my computer. It's a little bit, it depends if you're on your phone or your computer. It just is easier for me. So my preference is Tweet Chat. That's the one I use. There's other things you can do too. Twubs, Chat Salad, different things. But for me and for people I know, most people would say Tweet Chat. But I'm not saying that's the only one. I'm just saying that's one I use. And other people might have other things that they're familiar with. There's so many things out there. It's hard to say.
There's another one that I use, and I don't know, Fizzy or Wanda, if you've used them. TweetDeck. I use TweetDeck a lot and stuff. So I kind of like keep them both available because sometimes Tweet Chat goes down. You got to kind of be flexible because sometimes during your tweet chats you have to be flexible.
And
so tweet that, tweet chat.
Yes, and the other thing with that too, I think sometimes it's your learning style, whichever one works best for you. Because, like Cynthia said, try them, and you'll know immediately which one you like best. That's just because of the way they flow. And tweet chats are you get a lot of hits on your Twitter feed, reposts and instead of retweets. So sometimes they do kind of freeze. So it's good to have a backup. Yeah. For sure.
Okay.
Number 9, rules of engagement. And I use this one across every platform and everything I use. The rules of engagement for social media should be the same as physical space. And so with a tweet chat, you don't go in there and dominate the conversation about something you want to talk about. If the host or hostess has topics, has questions, you honor that and you stay with those. Nothing is more frustrating than to be on a tweet chat, someone asks a question and someone puts in something that has nothing to do with it, but it's promoting their business. So when I say rules of engagement, the same respect, the same courtesy, the same giving nature. So I think rules of engagement are huge. I probably should start that with number 1, but I say rules of engagement. And then number 10 is an easy one. It's either participate in a tweet chat, just being as one of the participants, or host your own. And nowadays, everyone is trying so much on social media. Everybody understands we're not experts, and we're getting better at that. However, I did have to say I had to put makeup on today. I was not doing this without makeup. But anyway, I'm sure you had that same thing, right, Trevor? But
yeah. I comb my hair especially.
It's looking good. But, host your own or be part of someone else's and just get out there and play with it. I mean, we all make mistakes. We all, internet goes down or things happen. But the best way to learn how to do it is just do it yourself. So either as a member or as a participant. And no one's going to judge you. I mean, no one's going to judge us. We're all going to have a good time doing it. So that's kind of my 10 tips.
Nicely done, Debbie.
Well, the teacher in me, I'm so sorry, but I'm like a 1 through 10 or a 1 through 5 girl because I think we remember better that way.
Well, I'm going to have to go back and listen to the recording since I got bumped off the call. I missed all this cool stuff. I want to go back and learn now.
Well, they're really easy to do, and y'all have mastered Blab and all those things. Oh my gosh, Miss Nicole, I love Miss Nicole. Hi, Nicole, how are you? See, that's what I love about social media is you get to see people you know and respect and care about. And to have them present is awesome. So anyway.
So Trevor, busy, fizzy.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions or thoughts about what Debbie talked about today?
I thought those top 10 were absolutely brilliant. I'm just tweeting somebody to tell them I'm here.
Thank you.
No, a good top 10. I'd say I join it quite a lot. That generally UK Irish based. If you know Tweeting Goddess, she's got a very good Irish biz party hashtag, and that's her life basically.
I'm sorry.
And I join it.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
At Tweeting Goddess.
Oh, Tweeting Goddess.
You know Tweeting Goddess? I'll type it.
Actually, I want to look it up. Look her up though.
Yeah,
I will by tonight.
She's on a webinar at the moment, so probably otherwise she'd have been here chatting. But
oh, good.
She's the epicenter of the Irish Twitter scene. So she runs a very active Irish biz party. And I engage with that, and I've engaged with it for a few years, even though I'm not in Ireland, but they let me in. And it's absolutely brilliant. But what they've advanced with it slightly, and what they now do is have a star biz each week.
Yeah, perfect.
So they pick somebody who's engaged during that. They would actually have now 2 hours because it's that busy, and they pick a star biz. I'm not sure I don't know what the criteria is, but it's. I think they pick out who they
and give people a platform and an audience to be able to talk about, and you're promoting them. So. Yeah, that's a great idea for sure.
And then sometimes, then the next week is the Star Biz. That's their feature. So they have a hashtag for the hour, Irish Biz Party. Then they have the hashtag for the Star Biz from last week.
Awesome.
And they use both hashtags to get that trending. And they're normally trending in Ireland on a Wednesday night.
Perfect. So you know exactly the day and the time.
Yeah, it's fixed day and time. And then what happens is normally, if it's appropriate, that Star Biz will offer a prize for the 2 hours. Mm-hmm. And they basically say, if you follow the hashtag hour and that Star Biz, they will then pick a winner and give a prize at the end of the 2 hour session. So it really gives the engagement and a great community.
It's interesting. They used to do a lot more, even like a year ago, I saw a lot more prizes and treats and things being given. I don't see that as much now. It's interesting you said that. I'll have to look because I haven't, but people love to get treats. I think that's a great idea, but I haven't seen as much.
There's a real mix. There are some pretty dire hashtag hours, which are just marketing spam. Yeah. And there's no engagement. It's just sell, and there's not much going on. But the active, engaging community, so much so that I think in 2 weeks' time, Irish Biz Party is actually a conference in Ireland.
Oh, cool.
Where they're going to have a whole day people networking, seminars, talks,
Too
etc.,
cool.
etc. So that's what Sam at Tweet and Goddess does in Ireland. She set up USA Biz Party as a new venture. So that's another one she's doing. And at the moment, I'm just on British Biz Party talking about lemon curd.
Lemon curd,
Because
I love
last week I was helping my wife who does teaching of Jams Observe. She was teaching the WI, if you know the WI, the Women's Institute. She was teaching a group of ladies how to make lemon curd. So I was sort of tweeting lemon curd progress. And we nearly got lemon curd trending.
Yeah, recipes are huge. They're huge.
Yeah,
Miss Nicole, I see you on there. Do you have questions? Hi, Nicole. So good to see you.
Yeah, please. Let's see, just caught in a rainstorm. I was asking Nicole if she wants to jump in. That's great. All right.
Dog, I bet you. Okay, now there's another one. I'm brand new to Twitter since I joined Blab. I have no idea what I'm doing. Is there a cheat sheet for tweeting some where I can print out? Now, let me ask y'all that. I'll tell you what, if anyone wants to email me, Debbie at DebbieSaviano.com, I'll send you the 10 tips. I have them in a PDF.
Excellent.
I'll be happy to. Debbie at Debbie.
Tweeting Goddess has got loads of helpful information on Twitter.
Oh, there you go.
A real good giver. So
See,
if you follow
that's the
her
thing
and
about
catch
social
her
media
website.
is everybody wants to help. I mean, I think that's a great thing.
Yeah. Well, I just published a couple of days ago an idiot's guide to starting on Blab as well, just to explain what all the bits and pieces are, like the props and
I think one of the important things I've learned on the tweet chats that I'm part of is that, you know what, go back afterwards and the people that resonated with you, make sure you go back and follow them, because I'll be honest with you, they're quite overwhelming sometimes when you've got a lot of people in the tweet chats. There can be hundreds of people. And as you know, Fizzy and Debbie and Wanda, the tweets just start flying by, and it's hard to catch everybody. So be sure to go back and retweet other people's stuff that resonates with you afterwards, and be sure to follow the people, obviously, that were resonating with you.
Well, I think I'm like you. I use TweetDeck because I find it essential. You can have TweetDeck open, you can have the hashtag open on one stream, your notifications, and you tend to find, even though it's flying by at a fair pace, you pick out the people you're having to chat with. And you're not following everybody, you're not watching everybody, you just pick out the few that you have to chat about something, and you can dip in and out. But if you want to revisit, you can always call up the hashtag on TweetDeck and go back through at your leisure at another time. So I would say get TweetDeck. I never use Twitter.com, hardly ever. No. But my one tip as a security IT kind of hat on, get TweetDeck from Twitter, because I've heard some people have got it on the internet as a free download from somewhere else, and it's probably not TweetDeck as you think it is. So make sure you go to Twitter and get it, and get the official copy.
I want to. Yeah, do you want to address that, Debbie? Do you see the question on the side? Okay, go
ahead. The question is, do you have to be very comfortable with Twitter before you do a tweet chat? The answer is no, because as we all would know, you got to play with it and just begin. So go in and do one. Do Corner Bakery on Wednesdays at noon Central. So for you, Nicole, that'd be 10 a.m. Go in and do it, and you will see how easy it is. I mean, I promise you. Matter of fact, I'm going to make myself a note here to just send you a note and do that, because you only answer one question. Just start in baby steps, but you'll see how much fun it is, and you really do get to engage with a lot of cool people. And you remember it because it's around certain topics, if you will, so you associate that with that person when you first met them. And of course, with Corner Bakery, it's food, but it can be anything, any tweet chat you're in. But yeah.
So, V. Lucian Meyer, I'm not sure if I'm saying the Twitter handle correctly, but she's saying, any tips on how to find actual people as opposed to other authors like me? So I guess, well, go ahead, Debbie. Do you understand fully what she's asking?
I think what she's asking is that a motorcycle? It looks so cool. I can't see the whole thing.
I know, it looks very cool.
It does. What I would suggest is use your search filter and just search for. If you go to, for example, if you go to Chat Salad, just Google Chat Salad, you can type in and they'll tell you every chat. Oh, I shouldn't say every, but a gazillion chats in the world that are happening. And because you're right, you want to get outside of authors, because those are that's your competitive nature. I mean, your competitive group, if you will. Good to be there, but you want to do it with some others as well. So, go in and Google search, do Chat Salad, and then also just in Twitter. I was doing something earlier with someone for horses. You'd be surprised what you can find just typing in the word, but go into Twitter and do it for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Well said. And don't be afraid to spread the world. It's a big world we live in. Absolutely. And you don't have to stick. I mean, when I started, people said, you're only meant to do Rutland chats where you live. You're not allowed to do, because we have geographical chat. Every county has its own chat.
Oh, my goodness.
different chats all over the country. And people say, well, you're not local to me. You're not allowed to chat on Northampton Hour.
Oh my
I said,
God.
well, why not? I might want to come there on holiday, but now I'm going to go somewhere else. Thank you.
Let
So
me ask
don't be scared.
Do you know
Sorry?
Ian, oh my gosh, Ian Cleary? Do you know him? He's Irish. I just met him
I know
in
Ian Cleary, yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Just met him like last week and had the best time hanging out with him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good friend of Sam's that's Tweeting Goddess. They know each other, I think.
Oh,
My only other tip before I just disappear off and let somebody else in, if you're new to Twitter chats, just watch the start of the hour, watch the first 5-10 minutes, because some start quite slowly, others race away quite happily. And then just say, hi, I'm new here, first time here, what's happening? And you will get the tweet, the regulars. If I'm on a Twitter around, I see someone, I was like, yeah, hi, how you doing? What's the weather like in? I look at their profile, see where they are, and just start a conversation. And that's the best way to get going. And then if the people running the chat don't see anybody jumping in, they'll jump in. And there'll be plenty of people sort of jump in and say, hello, how you doing? Or you want to talk to so-and-so? And just have a conversation like walking in a local bar and having a drink with somebody, you know. So that's what I would say. give it 5-10 minutes, just see the vibe of what they're talking about. Some have a subject for the week, you know, they'll have certain questions or a subject. This week's subject is Instagram tips or whatever, because you don't need steaming in if you know nothing about Instagram and don't know what it's about. Obviously, you don't want to put your foot in it, but you know, watch it for a few minutes, get a feel for it, and just say, hi, I'm new here, what's happening? And you will get engaged with the people.
That's a really good point, because everyone understands that we're all new at something at some point. Yeah. And when you tell people that, they're going to be very sympathetic to you and say, hey, follow me. I'm new to this. People want to help people. So I think that's a great tip. Yeah.
It's, well, I've seen it so many times. People are sort of so nervous to put their first tweet out, and they've got 6 followers and following 3 people and tweeted twice. And I'll follow them straight away. You know, I think, well, why not? You know,
exactly. They're starting. We all started somewhere. Absolutely. For sure.
We all had one follow to start with, didn't we? We all made our first tweet. So. You know.
Right.
Hi, Nellie.
Anyway,
well,
I'll jump out if anybody else wants to jump in. So, but I'm happy sitting here rambling away if you want me.
Well, you know what? You can feel free to stay in until we, you know, if there's anybody else. But any other questions, anybody that has for Debbie?
Yes.
Good stuff.
/Q for any questions, and we can go ahead and rotate the seat out if you would like to join in and just ask Debbie the question on air. We'd love to have you join in.
I'd love to see the faces.
Okay.
Our motorcycle girl.
Oh, it's to show that I'm a guy. Okay, Trevor, I think we're going to rotate somebody in, and
just posted my Blab guide to give a starting point for blabbing as well, if you want to read.
All right, perfect.
But yeah, I'll jump out.
Thank you.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining in.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
And the sound, even though Facebook's down, it's sounding better. So I shall catch you another day. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
So here's an example. I probably can't see on my phone. So here's an example. So I'll read it. So there's another tweet chat that I do. It's on Tuesdays at noon Central, and it's WFFHQ. It's human resource professionals. Oh, it's a guy. Human professionals across the country. And so they're in every industry, but they send out tweets reminding you to come on tomorrow, et cetera. And that's another one that I do. And they're mainly, which I don't know what it is about food. I attract food people. But a lot of the HR people work in the food industry, Chili's and Applebee's and Cinnabon and all these great places. So how do you say your name there? Is it Lucian? Is that it? Awesome.
Well, welcome.
Is he gonna talk?
Can you hear us okay?
How are you? Say hello.
Oh, he's not going to talk. He's not going to talk. Okay. All right. Oh,
You can talk.
He just wanted to show us as a guy. Okay.
All right, dude, you rock, okay? You rock for just joining us for a second. We appreciate it. No mic today.
So now
hey, thanks for
we have a lot of people who have come in here. Do we have? Oh, he said he had no mic today. How cute. Do we have other questions or things that we could answer?
We have somebody else joining us here.
Oh, there we go. There's our Celebrate Today girl. Hi.
Hi, my name's Michelle.
Hey there.
Nice to see you, Michelle.
Welcome.
Debbie.
Awesome.
Thank
Welcome
you.
in.
You guys this is awesome. Debbie, you sound like where I'm from. Cynthia, you look like my cousin. And Wanda, you look like my sister.
Hey, you never know.
That's cool.
Tell me your first name again.
Michelle.
Michelle. So, Michelle, where are you from?
South Florida. Well, I live in South Florida but I'm from Mississippi.
Okay,
So,
I was saying you sound like a lot deeper than Florida. So Mississippi, great,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
So here's my question. I love
Awesome.
Blab. I'm loving this whole Blab, 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 Blab. It's like awesome.
It's
And
Blabalicious.
That's
it is
right,
Blabalicious.
Blabalicious.
And I've just this year started a YouTube channel, and I'm scared to death because I'm not getting the response. I'm a public speaker and have been for a while, and I like that interaction. I like to see your eyes. I think that's really cool. So I've been really facing my fear with YouTube. This past weekend, somebody said, you need to check out Blab. And I went, what's Blab? And they showed me, and I went, okay, I'm in love. I don't know how to tweet to do. I'm having to go. I think I've gone backwards. I started here, but I'm now I have to learn a whole new platform, which is Twitter, whatever. And I apologize. I don't mean to do any justice. But how did you get to where you are like right now to Blab? Did you just naturally migrate that way? What's
who wants to answer first?
Yeah.
It's a very interesting thing.
Yeah,
Go
it's
ahead.
a very interesting story. Cynthia and I actually were doing Google Hangouts.
Okay.
And our friend Dan Goodwin, who was on earlier, heard about Blab and told us that we had to check it out with him. And so we checked it out. Cynthia actually was the first brave one to get on because it was a Saturday and I just wasn't ready to be on camera. And we decided to get on it, and we loved it, right, Cynthia? And we moved the show.
Yeah, you know what? Just a matter of just somebody introducing us to it.
Yes.
Michelle, correct?
Yes.
Your first name's Michelle. I'll get them out. Yeah, just, you know what? Someone introducing us to it and just doing it. But Debbie, I'm sure you would be able to provide so many tips. I mean, I could give you a couple tips, but I'm a YouTuber also,
Okay.
you know, you can upload your Blabs up to YouTube. You know what I mean? So Debbie, I don't know if you want to touch on that at all. I mean, anything you do, you get a recording from Blab, so you can obviously embed that into your website or onto YouTube. So Blab is just wonderful, Michelle, just from my perspective, just because you don't feel like you're just talking into the camera to nobody. You know that there's somebody there. You know what I mean? And there's real talk going on. So it's just been so wonderful, Blab and Periscope too, just because of the fact of having that live interaction. I know this is about tweet chat, but Debbie Saviano is a social media expert. So Debbie, what do you have to say about what Michelle has to say?
I love people, and I love talking to people, and I'm like you, Michelle. I love to see people's faces. So anytime that I can get closer to that is what I want to do. I do think, and again, if you look at all of our pictures, we're one age bracket, if you will. I think what the world is changing to is more and more, they don't want the recordings, they want the live. And so Blab feeds into that. And so anytime, and again, the beauty of the 30 and under, if you will, they don't care if it's perfect. Actually, they really don't care at all.
Isn't that wonderful?
It is wonderful. It's fantastic. So I think the beauty of Blab and all the platforms you can go and be live, I think is a huge thing, because that's what they want, is live. And so I highly encourage. And I love the fact we can see each other. I love the fact that we can talk, and you're almost touching each other. And you can tell I talk with my hands, and so I like to see people's faces. So yeah, for sure.
And one of the things that I'm really big on is the fact that it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done.
Right. Exactly.
And when I started making these YouTubes, and I know it's about, and it's not just about Twitter, it's about everything. Blab is taking everything to the next level. But when you're making YouTubes, or you're on Facebook or on Twitter, whatever it is, the fact that you don't have to be perfect lowers the mindset and the mind tremendously. It just has to be done. You just have to press the button.
Right.
And this platform is a lot easier for me to press the button, because I feel like you're in that computer, you're like, I know Wanda's in there, right in there.
Yeah, I wasn't for a while. I just got back.
Yeah. So I don't want to take any more time, because I know other people would like to jump in here, but thank you, Cynthia, Wanda, and Debbie.
It was so nice to meet you. I followed you, so we'll stay in touch.
Okay, thank you.
Just followed you too, Michelle. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Have a great day. Look forward to connecting again.
Nina Much Love joined us. I love that. Nina Much Love. Oh, there's Miss Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole's going to be joining us.
Awesome.
Does she look like a wet dog? She said it, but I think she's going to. Hopefully she can join in. Nicole rocks.
I love Nicole.
Yes. All right, hopefully she will jump. Let's see, any other questions from, let's see, the chat bar here as we are talking to Debbie Saviano of debbiesaviano.com, talking all about tweet chats for everyone who's just joining in. She gave 10 awesome tips to do tweet chats. So if you're just joining in, scroll up on the chat bar, and I did put all of those 10 tips there. And be sure to follow everybody here if something resonated with you. All right, Nicole is trying to join in. It must be that internet connection today.
Really bizarre stuff going on today.
There is.
She's trying to join again. I'm going to try to get her in there. If anybody else would like to ask a question about tweet chats or
anything
else, yeah, social media. We love social media.
That's right. Anything we can do.
So Debbie, while we are waiting for someone to join the seat here, what is your expertise? I know what your expertise is, but tell the world what's your expertise, what's your passion?
My biggest passion, I'm known for LinkedIn. I mean, I'm known for creating LinkedIn profiles that I like to say rock, because it's all about getting conversations with people, because people want to understand who you are before, as you said earlier, people like to see the whole person, the authentic person. So I'm known for LinkedIn profiles. But I think taking it a step further than that, I would like to say I'm known for building relationships. I take a lot of pride in the fact that I get to know people, whether it's in physical space or virtual space. And so to me, that can be a lost, people get so hung up on just the pushing out of information on social media, they forget to take time to build relationships. And so I would hope that people would say building relationships as much as they would say LinkedIn. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I know. When someone said much love from Nina. What is a twit chat?
We were talking. We were doing the tweet chats. I don't know if what much love from is it Nina? Is Nina the first name? See, girls, I tell y'all this all the time. I say this, don't I? And I'm saying this with love, y'all. But when you have a handle that doesn't have a name, it's hard to call you the name. I mean, yes. And I say that with love, you know that. But I want to see again the relationships. I want to call you by your name, not by the handle name. And so, much love from Nina. Is it Nina or so? It's Nina. Okay, perfect. It's Nina. So Nina, did you hear the tweet chat part, or were you serious when you said what was that? I wasn't sure. Yeah, I can't say your name either, Lucian. Yeah, it's a gorgeous name, but I can't say it.
Great.
It's a pretty name.
Hey, you can't say yours either because you don't have a mic.
That's true. That's a good point, Cynthia. That's a good point.
Well, we're here every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's like you can always come back and talk to us when you have a mic next time.
Exactly. And someone asked if they should change their name on Twitter. It depends where you are in your business. If you already have all your branding around what you have, then obviously it's more of a challenge to even consider doing it. But if you're just starting or you haven't fully done that, I would encourage you to have your name on your platforms. Again, that's a personal thing, and only you know the answer to that. But yeah,
I got a question on that, Debbie. How many times can you change your name on Twitter?
I think it's 2.
Okay, so it's like if you've done it already twice, then you're kind of having to recreate a new profile. It's too bad you can't like merge.
I know. Well, see, that happened to me on Google. I got into Google Plus when it first came out. Someone really big invited me, and it was huge. I was so excited about it. So I did it. Well, then there was a little blip there. And so I was up to 1,000 people. It was really strong. I had to go and delete that account and go back to Debbie Saviano. But I did it because I had to practice what I preach. And I'm glad that I did it now. I would much rather have done it then than I would have when it was, a lot more. But yes, yeah. I think it's 2. But, you could try. Just see what happens. Maybe they've changed the capabilities of the filters. It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, it's like, I know a lot of people know me as Strategize Coach because, when I go on Periscopes and everybody goes, just, hey, Wanda.
But they know you.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, it is hard. And that's why I say if you're already established and you've got the strong brand, it's one thing. But if someone's just starting, I highly encourage you to go with your name.
Yeah, and especially with all these new platforms coming out. If I don't know, it was 10 years ago when I started mine, and I was in a different business, so I had to change it over to Strategize Coach, and now I'm kind of stuck with it. So I either have to go create a new profile and start all over again, or
Yeah.
Stick with what I have.
Well, that's why I said if they're just starting, it's a good thing to have. Ask. Nicole was asking, was there a protocol in the tweet chats about where you have the hashtag for the tweet chat? No, most people put it at the end, but depending on what you're saying, just so you put it in there, that's the main thing. Because if it's not in there, it doesn't go through the feed. So you want to have it in there. Where it's at is not as important. It's just make sure you have it for sure.
If I could just add to that, Debbie and Nicole, if you use one of the platforms like TweetChat or TweetDeck, and you're following that particular tweet chat, when you respond, it automatically puts that hashtag in there for you. So you don't have to type it in every time, which is just awesome, because sometimes I forget. If I'm just regularly on Twitter and I'm trying to respond to something, no one sees it because I forgot to put the hashtag in. But if you use one of those programs, it will automatically plug that hashtag in there for
That's
you.
one of the reasons I use those, because like Cynthia said, otherwise because you're trying to do so many things on that tweet chat, it's one less thing you got to think about, because their handle's going to be there as well as the tweet chat. Oh, Miss Nina's coming in. There's Miss Nina. Live, laugh, and love.
Yeah.
I love that background.
Thank you. I just got a quick, probably 2 questions. I don't know what Twitch chat is.
Okay.
And I'm really curious to know and how it can benefit me as far as like my branding online. I am a YouTuber. Okay. And I have like 40,000 subscribers. I have
good for you.
Good for you.
And I have 20,000 on Facebook on the like page.
Good for you, girl. That's awesome.
You're making it.
I'm trying to figure out, this is why I'm on Blab. I'm trying to figure out how I can be doing a better social media. You know, I want to hop on, do my videos, and then after I do my video, my hub is kind of like Facebook, the like page, because I'm over there with gossip and things that they don't know about the stars and this and that and other. So I'm there, and I have really neglected Twitter. Like I only have like, I don't know, maybe 3,000 or so people on Twitter. So I'm like, that doesn't match, you know, because I'm not active. So I just need to know, you know, what it is and how I can, you know, do better with it as far as Twitter. So that's my question.
Well, you want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you go, Debbie.
So on the first thing to think about, all those people you have on YouTube and on Facebook, you want to also bring them over to Twitter. So go in there and start posting and saying, hey, who else is on Twitter? Let's follow each other. Put your handle. Encourage them to do the same. Then find some of your key influencers and tag them in a tweet so they see that you're doing that. I just came to yours right now. The other thing, Nina, that you really, let's see. Okay, so I was looking at this. So you got your YouTube channel there, which is really good. Mm-hmm. So you want to say things on Twitter that's going to attract the attention of the people that you have following you on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So for sure, for sure. I just followed you.
Oh, well, thank you. I guess I need to go over. I'm still trying to learn this. I need to go over to actually, I guess, click on the names here and then follow. Okay, so
yes, exactly.
Start following.
And send me an email, or I'm trying to think. I'll get you the for the tips. I've got them in a pretty PDF. if you want the 10 tips.
Okay, that would be great.
Cynthia also put them in the side feed as well.
Okay, now let me click on there. I'm afraid that every time I click on something, it's like, okay, 39,000 followers. Is it Team Blab, or is that the wrong one? Should I have clicked on that?
Anyone that's up there, you can click on and follow them. Anybody that's up there.
Okay, right here on the side here. Okay, I don't want to click on the wrong.
Are you looking at the top of your screen? Look at the top of the computer. See all 4 of our faces? Look at the top. You see those little faces up there?
Okay, right.
You can do it right there real easy.
Yeah, so right now, Nina, we have 11 live people joining in the stream, but we have 44 people on Blab that are watching us that aren't like part of the live discussion.
They're not subscribed.
Watching us live, if that makes sense.
Okay. So I'm clicking on this right here, and okay. Thanks. See, I didn't know.
There you go. That's why we're all here.
Okay, here we go. Now let me go down the line following there, and now let me come over here and follow her. I'm just tickled. Okay, well, let me wait a minute.
So an important thing, Debbie, I want to throw out there. Yes. I mean, you guys already probably know this, but I keep forgetting this, is that if I follow people here on Blab, if I click on somebody's name and click to follow you on Blab, that does not mean you're following them on Twitter.
Okay.
So you need to go to, so in addition, so I, like for you, Nina, I was just like, oh, let me follow her. And I just went to Twitter to make sure that it connected, and I forget, it does not connect you automatically to Twitter. So you have to go to Twitter and follow them there also.
Okay, well, I'm doing that right now.
But if you kind of a shortcut, if you go to your Blab and you look at who you're following, their names are all going to show up. And so that, like Cynthia said, then that'll take you can then know who to go to Twitter. That's it. The world's so big and so fast. That's, yeah, it's hard to keep up.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure that I'm following all of the ladies here that's in the Blab.
And there's some guys too. We got Scott, and there's some guys on here too.
Yeah.
Well, hey, one other quick, is this Twitter chat, is this an app, like another app or something? I'm so lost.
It is its own independent app that's put out by Blab.im, or I should say Blab.im, and it's connected to Twitter as a way to connect people and send your messages.
Oh, okay. So I need to get that. So I need to go into the Apple Store and download.
Well, the thing is that it's still in beta, and from what I understand, and you guys can tell me if you've heard the same thing, Debbie and Cynthia, is that when it comes to operating on your cell phone, it's not quite there yet.
Yeah, you really have to be on the. I was at a conference in Chicago last week, and someone had their laptop in their hand going down the escalator doing a Blab because they had to do it. We're taking pictures like, you crazy person, you're going to fall and kill yourself. It was Jed record, but anyway. Yeah, it's not. I think the screen is what you have to be on.
Okay, so
so computer for Blab, phone for Periscope.
Yes.
Okay.
Blab is definitely good for.
Okay, so where would I still go to the App Store? Like I'm on my Mac now, so would I still go to the App Store here on my computer and look that up, or where would I get the link?
Well, you already have the app if you're on with us.
I was going to say you're on.
Oh.
But now the tweet chat, that's through Twitter.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. The
right. Yeah, Twitter is the tweet chat. So if you have Twitter on your phone, then you've got the capabilities.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to have it a little bit more systemized and in order to it, then you could do tweet chat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Debbie, I feel like we need like a whiteboard
I know.
this can.
Let me write it down, but don't feel bad, Nina, because it's hard. It's hard for everybody.
Yeah, Nicole,
I tell you what, Nina, I'm going to tag you on Twitter for a tweet chat that on Wednesdays I do. So that you get the tweet to do it, and then you can come in and do it. Yeah, okay. I'll do that.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I will be there because I have a plane to catch, but I think I have the plane after that. So yeah.
That will be great, because I really would like to know a little bit more information, and also again, like I said, trying to incorporate Blab into my channel, which is Much Love from KY. That's my branding on YouTube, and then that channel kind of took off, and I didn't see it coming, so I decided that I didn't want to rep Kentucky anymore like that. The KY is for Kentucky.
Oh, okay. That's great.
And so I was like, well, I need to try to branch out. So my other pages, like on Facebook, is Much Love from Nina. On Twitter, it's Much Love from Nina. Instagram, Much Love from Nina. I was just trying to escape the KY for a little while, but I can't really change it on the channel. I can't change it now because I don't know what happened, and I'm at about 9 million views. So 10 million views. I'm sorry, 10 million views. So I don't want to change anything and be like, well, what happened? After being
just move them over, then you have them.
Okay.
It's awesome to meet you, Nina.
You too. I'm gonna hop out so somebody else can hop in.
I'll send you a tweet. I'll send you a tweet.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Now, Debbie, we're at 2:00, All right, can you stay on for more questions? I know Cynthia has to get going for something else.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
That was good.
Yes, Debbie, you were awesome, Wanda. Great. Glad you were able to get back on. Thank you for the
thank you
tips,
for holding
everybody.
the fort.
Go to check them out. All right, everybody, have an awesome day. Bye, Nicole. Thanks so much for the love. Thanks, Lucian, for all the love. Bye.
Bye, Cynthia.
Bye.
Take care.
I don't know why I'm getting.
Mine was doing that earlier. We have Scott on, and we have some others who jumped on. Do we have any more questions or anything about Tweet Chat or anything else?
I don't see any more questions, but if you've just joined in, what we're talking about today is Tweet Chats. And we've covered a lot of information already. We've been going for about an hour. We'd love to bring anybody on that has any questions related to Tweet Chats, Twitter, social media. You've got two gals here. This is what we do. Social media is our thing. So we'd love to help you out and clarify anything you have. Some people have questions about Blab because they're new to Blab. It's like I do training on Blab and I do training on Periscope. So Debbie's done enough of them. We've got the information here if you need some help there. But if we don't get any more questions here shortly, we will wrap up the show for today. And we'll just give it a second. Nicole says, will all those links that you mentioned be listed here?
I'm going to say send me an email, Nicole, to Debbie@DebbieSaviano.com, and I'll send you the PDF. It's in there. I've got it all in there. Yeah. That's the easiest way, right, Wanda?
Yeah, I think so, because it's like, we're still in beta here. So unfortunately, we cannot do anything about attaching anything.
Right. So if you do
hopefully they'll teach that for us.
Yeah, I'll be happy.
We're putting that out there, Blab World.
Yeah, that's right. And they listen to everything, so probably there. But yeah, it's just a real short 3-page cheat sheet, if you will, about the links and the things to do and stuff. It's just nice to have. But the teacher in me, I got to have my list of stuff. So yeah, for sure.
Well, and I know Cynthia, when I got dropped from the Blab, I'm glad to see it kept going because
beautifully.
It's like that's why you always need a co-pilot on your Blabs, because that's what it was made for, is to have a conversation with more than just yourself.
Absolutely, and that's why, like Wanda said, if there's anyone on here, Scott, do you want to jump on? Do you have any questions? And then we had a couple other new ones back. I'm trying to see names. Let's see here.
Let's see. We've got Clarissa who's joined us. Yeah. And let's see. We just had Helena. And Aging Expert is with us. Nellie, I think Nellie's been on for a while. But Nellie, if you have a question, please join us. And Jennifer just hopped on. Hi. Thank you for joining. She said, would you like to jump into the hot seat and ask a question about Tweet Chats or anything related to social media that we could help you with today? And that would include Blab or Periscope. Aging Expert's going to join us.
Awesome.
Hi there. How are you?
Hi there.
Hi, Judy. It's Judy, right?
It is. I'm making sure I have my ear plugged in. So can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you. Great.
I just thought about it.
So welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. I
know some people will jump in and out of Blabs depending on their time frame, but Debbie was talking today about Tweet Chats and informing everybody on how to do it. I've got Jennifer who's also joining us. I'm going to bring her on. So if you have any questions related to that, Blab, Periscope, any social media questions, we're here to help you.
I do. I host a Twitter chat for entrepreneurs 50 plus. And what I started doing, I want to say within the last month or so, is doing a half-hour warm-up on Tweet Chat and then moving over to Blab, because my idea eventually is to take the audio and then to repurpose that into a podcast. I didn't know if you had seen anybody out there doing that, if you had any thoughts, I want to promote my Twitter chat more.
I think that's a great idea, though. I love it.
Okay. And any advice, because it sounds like you ladies you've been doing tweet chats. I used to do pin chat. Yeah. And then I am driving, I'll say, interest to my business with this Encore chat.
Judy, I think the best thing to do, and I think this is really the important thing, and I think that Jennifer probably will tag in on this well, as she does this too. I think is the fact that anything you can do, and this is what Wanda does beautifully, is incorporate what works for you and the people that you work with. The Twitter going to the Blab is a great idea. I think that's genius. So I haven't done that. I might think about doing that. I think it's a great idea. So yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have seen people here on Blab doing who normally do podcasts, doing their Blab show and then turning that into their podcast, because you can get that download, you'll get the recording, and then you also get the MP3.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of, I love repurposing content. It's something that I preach on all the time, because it's like, why reinvent the wheel and do multiple things when you could just do one thing? It works great. Like you could take your Blab, pull it up onto your YouTube channel. You could take that, share it on all your social media platforms. You can make a podcast. You could put it on SoundCloud. I mean, there's so many different ways to repurpose one thing.
Okay. Now, my second question is, how are you driving traffic to your Twitter chat? I mean, I use Canva to do my covers for tweet chat.
I love Canva. Oh my gosh, I love it.
So do I.
I'm going to try and see them when I go to Australia. I'm going to try and visit them when I go.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Oh yeah, take pictures. We want to see.
Yes.
I'm still working on it. I
hope you get to see them. So I'm doing that. I'm tweeting it out. I'm posting it on Facebook. Any other advice in getting the word out, or what you've seen as best practices?
I think anything like doing the tweets, and I was just looking at your stuff here. Well, for example, do you do your tweet chats a certain day and time of every week? Okay,
Friday.
I would take it and put it in your Twitter, in your bio. Join me on my tweet chat and just put it, because people go there.
Think of that.
Well, because that's why we do group stuff here. Yeah. But that way people know. That's why if it's consistent, they know to come join.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I love having three other brains.
Yeah, there you go. Let's hear from Miss Jennifer there.
Hey, Jennifer. Thanks for joining us. She's freezing up on us. Can you hear us, Jennifer?
Can you guys hear me? I think I'm having connectivity issues. I might have to.
There's a bit of a delay, unfortunately.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Thank you for those. Are my two questions.
Thank you.
And I'll keep listening.
But Judy, seriously, it was awesome to meet you. If you have any other questions, just tweet us and ask us.
I will. I will.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
But before you go, wait a second. When do you do your tweet chat?
Oh, Fridays at 12 p.m. And like I say, I'm starting tweet chat at 12:30. I'm transitioning over to Blab.
Is 12 Central or Eastern or
Pacific Standard Time?
You want to say
California.
You want to say Fridays, 12 Pacific. PT.
Good coaching.
We're all in different zones.
Yeah. Definitely, and the time's getting ready to change again here in November. I know, I hate it.
My gosh. It's nice to meet you, Judy.
Nice to meet you.
Take care. Bye now.
Thank you.
So what happened to Jennifer? It couldn't hold her?
Apparently it's maybe a bandwidth issue. She says, sorry ladies. Oh, it's not your fault. I mean, I got thrown off of my own Blab for a good 15 minutes.
I was so hoping to talk to her.
Well, maybe she could try again. All right. And we have 2 available seats. If you have any questions related to tweet chats, Twitter, LinkedIn, social media period, Blabs, Periscopes, we are here to help you today. So please jump on and get involved in the conversation.
Right.
And I know we've got some people here. Sandra's just joined us. And let's see, we've got Lucy, he doesn't have a mic, so he can't join in the conversation.
But this is a great time to jump in and play and practice. Wanda's a pro at this. She can help you walk through it and know how to do it. And so sometimes if you get on one, you don't know the people, it's more nerve-wracking, but to know that Wanda's here and that she's going to help you and stuff. And I would highly encourage someone to jump on the open seat for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And if not, we will wrap up the show here shortly. If there aren't any new questions or any new things that you want to talk about today, we'll give it another few minutes to see. But Debbie, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being on the show. It's always great to have you.
Oh, you're so sweet. I love being here. I love the people and that conversation. And think about that. So you and I know each other really, really well. But all those people, I think probably 90% of those people who came on, I didn't know before today. So what a great opportunity. And when they come on with their faces, like Judy did and like Nina did and like Trevor did, then you feel like you know them more. So awesome to get to meet people.
It's a great platform for networking, definitely, and learning new stuff, because there's some blabs out there that are questionable that I've joined. Nicole's going to try to connect again. There's there's some that are great and there's some that aren't so great, and that's why I think there's a lot of people who just watch them and don't necessarily join in on them because they want to make sure that it's the content that they're looking for. But we're here every Monday, Cynthia and I, and she had to leave, but we're here every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we're going to always talk about quality content so that you learn something or you can ask somebody a question in order to get your business off the ground. There's a lot of people just starting businesses. Some people have been in business for a while, but sometimes they need to kind of learn about something new. I have not done tweet chats. And that's one of the reasons I wanted Debbie to talk about it, because I knew, and I do social media, but I honestly have to tell you, until things like Blab and Periscope came out, Twitter was kind of like my redheaded stepchild. Yeah, I didn't pay too much attention to it because I was building my other platforms, which were working for me better. Mm-hmm. But now with all these things coming up, these new apps and new ways to really get the social back into social media, I'm excited and I want to build my Twitter up.
Right. Well, Twitter is, and as you know, we've talked about this one. It was not my favorite in the beginning because I can't say hello at 140 characters. I make that joke, but I love it because it's short, sweet. You get to meet a lot of people, and tweet chats have been, oh my gosh, I have met so many people on those just because, again, you have conversations. And now with Periscope being on Twitter, another reason. And again, it's a handheld phone to do the same thing we're doing with Blab. I love Blab because you can see all of our faces, but you do have to be at the computer. Now, that'll probably change in the future, but with Periscope, you just have to have a phone. Wanda, I would encourage you to put your tweet chat, put your Blab on your Twitter handle. Mondays.
Yeah, I will now that you said that. It's like when I was like, oh, great. It's like going to be this long now.
But that's okay because, see, like you and I know you really, really well. I did not realize that you were on every Monday. Now, that's embarrassing because I've been on here twice. I should have comprehended all that, but it didn't click on me. So I'm going to – looky, we have I can't say – there you go. How do you say it?
Hello, how are you?
How do you say it?
How are you? Those are my friends back there. Don't mind them.
Okay, how do you say your
won't mind them. Do you have a question about tweet chats for Debbie?
Not really. I'm just here for fun,
Okay, you're just here. Okay.
That honesty's a good thing, hon. Honesty's a good thing. Where are you at?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm in Texas. Wanda's in California. No, Arizona.
I'm actually in Tucson, Arizona.
Yes. So we're across the country.
That's nice.
Well, if you don't have a question, we're going to go ahead and let you go.
It was nice to meet you. Take care, hon. How sweet. That's cute. See, a whole new world we live in. All you got to do is have a phone.
And it's like the young people are learning about things like this at such an early age.
Yes.
Good to be curious.
Absolutely, for sure. Admiring for doing that. That's nice. Yeah. Well, Wanda,
all right. Well,
it was a great treat.
What's that?
I said it was a treat to get to be on and to meet all the people and everything, and I appreciate it.
Well, and we appreciate your time. Our show went over, but it's like I like to not leave people hanging with their questions.
Absolutely.
But it's like if you have any questions for Debbie, just connect with her. Debbie, why don't you type your website in there one more time for those who have just joined us, because the stream gets so long when we've been on it this while. And Debbie has a cheat sheet, I guess you could say, for how to do tweet chats. and she'll be glad to send that to you.
Just email me. Send me an email, and I'll send you the cliff notes, if you will, of the tweet chat.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Wanda. It's always fun to be on with you, my friend.
Thank you, too. I really appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all. Take care now. Bye-bye.